chain, that means it's gonna be tight and whatnot. But she did just get her upgrade. Looks like I'm on that, man. Yeah.
We've got a bead on the advent data vault near your position.
Same on this one?
Detonating charges are in place on the target. Move to disarm and extract the package before its contents are destroyed.
We can stash the stuff right here, so there's too much. Oh shit. So, get part up there. So I'm gonna try and sneak her into the side, I think. We go down there. Okay. She can pull it off and take all in it, but also we've got that mech now, so
Moving out.
Moving.
Now, a ruler up front, then Told you. Damn it. I thought that blew the whole fucking thing up. No? Oh, fucking what? My guys go for that and then that robot. Oh, that could be bad. Fucking robot over there. Fuck. You could potentially really fuck us up here. Good girl. Oh, man. Good girl. Shield just run away, hopefully. I actually want to great look. Does that blew up? Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Oh, that's a good, isn't it? Oh. Go for it. Come on, go. Come on, go. Come on. Come on. Ah, yes.
See that, muttered Colbert. The Tribune's contempt for baseline humanity troubled. You have spent your life guarding the Emperor, yet you forget who the Emperor guards in his turn.
The package is secured.
Be more forgiving.
Are inbound.
As you wish.
Threatening the AO.
Traditionally, the Adeptus Custodes had taken orders only from their own officers and the Emperor. That was until Gilliman had been declared the Emperor's living force.
No.
Hold course, Gilliman. All power to forward void shields. Task forces 3 and 5 break off and engage outflanking enemy elements.
I'm on it.
Target all Lords of Pain chapter assets. All fleet to fire on targets of opportunity as subsidiary enemy groupings pass. All batteries load for close range combat. Prepare prow weapons for forward fire. Charge lance batteries to maximum. Nova cannons to draw firing solutions ready for my order. Various nations report their understanding. Activity on the command deck intensified. On the forward oculus, the ships grew from flex to objects the size of walls.
Take a minute, go. Come on, you go.
Swelling as the Crusade
Go for it. Ah, you're still learning it.
perspective
God
in
damn
the
it.
void. Once, when the ships seemed close enough to touch, they continued to grow. Their speed of clouds went through the knowledge of giant blunt cliffs, bristling with sensor spikes and weapons. My lord, asked Gizmo, questioningly. No order to fire, said Gilliman. The storm of laser and solid shot fire blasted from the batteries of the Chaos ships. Gilliman ignored it, instead examining the enemy disposition, seeking weak points no augurs could see. Another barrage of lance strikes sparked off the forward shields. The majority of fire was coming at the McCragg's honor, the Chaos battleships adjusting position to track its approach. Forward void shields failing, called out the Master Scutum. We have multiple target locks on the flagship, reported the Master Augury. My lord, said Kestrin again. He was remarkably calm, curious to see what the Primarch would do, rather than concerned. Men like Kestrin were rare. A moment, said Gilliman. His fingers danced along the gel surface, forgiving material as he touched it. Schematics and auger data flashed up on phosphor displays and minor orbits. Gilliman read each page quicker than a man could blink, processing volumes worth of data in seconds.
You don't need it, everything.
A void shield flicker, out of syncopation with its pulse modulators, the suggestion of an unstable core reactor. A weak spot. That vessel, the Steel Lord, he said decisively. Target these positions. His hands moved over his instruments, depressing keys and activating holomarks in a blur. An image of the Steel Lord materialized upon a secondary hololith in front of Kestrin's throne. Targeting orders for a score of Imperial ships appeared almost as quickly. The data was disseminated via data squirt across the fleet. A rush of affirmations were returned via the Master Divulgatus. All vessels confirm targets acquired. Then open fire, said Gilliman. The reserved fire of 20 great ships of the line flared at once, all aimed at the Steel Lord. Battleships could withstand hours of pounding. Layered void shields protected their hulls, and the hulls themselves were yards thick, their vital cores hidden deep inside. Even gutted, a battleship might be salvaged and fight again, for their frames were forged from adamantium. But a Primarch was in command of the fleet, and as a master napper knows how to strike a flint just so to cause it to split, Rabute Gilliman knew how to slay a starship. The Steel Lord's void shields were overwhelmed instantly, undone by the frequency flicker in their generators. Lance beams spread themselves as golden pools before the shields gave out with a guttering brandy fire. Thousands of tons of solid and explosive the reactor flew. A miniature sun engulfed the ship in a perfect yellow sphere. The oculus of the Macrae's Honor dimmed in response. The edges of the reactor nova touched the shields of the Steel Lord's sister ships, bringing them down in storms of squirming purple light. The Imperial fleet had not slowed, and the enemy ships were large in their occupants. All ships, engagement maneuvers, commanded Gilliman. Fire at will. Expertly, the formation of the palm broke apart, passing between the enemy vessels. The Macrae's Honor punched through the boiling cloud left behind by the Steel Lord. Wreckage flashed to nothing on its void shields, and then the Imperial flagship was through, its guns raking down the sides of the exposed Chaos vessels. As the others passed, they fired with their broadsides. The Chaos ships fired back, but most were shieldless, and they peeled away, venting flaming atmosphere. As the palm ball went through the enemy formation, the three fingers of the claw, not engaged with the lesser fleets, had turned and were coming back, firing directly at the vulnerable engines of the Chaos vessels. A titanic explosion rocked one into an uncontrollable spin as its stacks went up. It rolled away, missing its stern. There were no cheers on the deck of the Macrae's Honor. Celebration could wait. The Chaos formation was disrupted. The fingers of the claw harried the remaining 3 battleships and their escorts as the palm raced on towards the orbital platform under construction at 108 Beta Calenus 9.2's highest orbital anchor. The Fane was far from finished, but its basic framework was in place, an 8-pointed star, like a compass wheel, the symbol the priests of the Dark Gods called the Octet. Strange lights flamed about its center. As fire flashed behind them, the ships of the palm approached unopposed. The light above the hub of the Wheel of Chaos shone bright. 90 degrees to starboard, ordered Kestrin. Show it our big guns. Target enemy battle group with portside batteries. The ship rumbled around as torpedoes from the smaller craft accompanying it raced towards the Fane. The move was performed in the face of decelerative force, and the vessel moaned as its engines pushed it into the turn. But it was done quickly. The orbital moved out of view of the forward oculus. Side views were brought onto the main tacticarium. Open fire! Roared Gilliman as the ship lighted. Bring it down! Banks of macro cannons boomed in series along the side of the battleship, their recoil making the command deck shudder. Energy had to be diverted to the integrity fields, so great was the stress of the guns combined with that of the turn. Giant munitions slammed into the incomplete temple station, pruning it of spear-tipped arms and breaking its hull. Bombs designed to kill whole worlds were deployed to ensure its demise. After 2 volleys, all that remained of the Octet was an area of spinning orbital debris 1,000 miles across and still expanding. And so they see. No fane to their dark gods will they raise that I shall not cast down, said Gilliman. These traitors oppose the will of the Emperor's last faithful son. They will learn the error of their ways. 10,000 years, some of them have defied the Emperor. Their lives end now. There was no vessel powerful enough to best the McCrack's honor. There were a few remaining Chaos battleships, and under different stars, they might have been a match for the venerable flagship alone. But the Imperial fleet outnumbered the traitors, and Guilliman wielded his armada expertly. The traitors were disunited. The last battleships were quickly isolated. Unwilling to act in concert at first, then rapidly made unable to do so, the Chaos fleet could do nothing to halt the McCrack's honor as it powered through the debris field of the Temple Station and towards the world beyond. As the Imperial fleet swung into orbit, the stratosphere flashed with the discharge of ground-based defense lasers. The McCrack's honor rocked to the impact of multiple hits.
Master Divulgatus, send my words to the fleet, said Guilliman. My lord, the Master Divulgatus replied. The station is destroyed, said the Primarch. The way is open. All landing ships forward. Begin deployment of main ground attack. In the face of their fire, put down your armies and your legions. Generals of the Imperium, it is time to scour this world clean.
Oh, that's a great.
Chapter 7.
I don't like that.
Last
That
flight
was a
of the
good
Grey
one.
Shields. A furious shaking gripped the Rudets. The wailing of alarms filled the ship, accompanied by the dull, edge-of-hearing crackle of void shield generators working to capacity. Then the insertion craft broke through the enemy line, and the racket was done. Aboard, the Grey Shields readied themselves to go to war one final time.
Brothers, we are approaching the insertion point, boxed Lieutenant Sarkis. Assault in 2 minutes. Begin drop preparations. Imperator Victoria. Victoria!
His warriors
Good with me.
Of the many tens of thousands of Primaris Space Marines created by Belisarius' call, only half were initially formed into new chapters. The rest had been gathered into great armies, each of one gene line. They wore the livery of their founding Primarchs, their badges crossed with pale grey chevrons, and within their gene groupings, they were then further organized into chapter-sized formations. There, agreement with the Codex Astartes ended. Officially, the Primaris formations were gene cousins and their preferences. Brotherhood crossed the lines of Primarch and Gene Seed. As the first phase of the Indomitus Crusade progressed, the unnumbered sons dwindled. All across the many fronts of the war, Rabute Guilliman took the Primaris Marines from their companies and their squads, and he assigned them to understrength Space Marine chapters encountered on the way. Whole companies might be hived up, only a few units. Where he saw the need, the Primarch took them by the thousand to create new chapters. Warrior by warrior, the unnumbered sons were scattered across the galaxy, taking with them the secrets of their creation to their new homes. Unnumbered sons of Guilliman became Aurora Marines, or Doom Eagles. Unnumbered sons of Dawn joined the Black Templars, or the Imperial Fists. Unnumbered sons of Korax became Raven Guard, or Revilers. By the time Guilliman reached Rorkos, only a few thousand of the unnumbered sons of Ritual Strength remained in Fleet Primus, a situation repeated across all the groupings of the Crusade. Sergeant Justinian and his Inceptor squad hung from robotic drop pods. There were 3 warriors in each unit, and 6 units in their rear, along with their leader, Lieutenant Sarkis. Cordus, scion of the line of Guilliman, flew with Justinian, as did Aldred of Dawn's Breed. In the ship's other 2 drop bays, 36 more Primaris Space Marines awaited battle. They were giants, clad in drop armor. Inceptor battleplate reinforced for solo atmospheric insertion, and equipped with heavy jump packs for sustained flight. For armament, they carried paired assault bolters. Like their armor, these guns were one of Belisarius' Call's heretical models, massive pistols with the stopping power of heavy bolters. In the bay, lit only by the winking lights of machines at their work, Justinian's comrades were outlines edged in green and red. His view was restricted by the massive jump pack of the warrior before him. It belonged to Solus, his friend, only the barlight red of his plate, blood dark in the drop hole, giving his identity away. His back was high and round like that of a monstrous beetle, the backward pointing nostrils a pair of steel-toothed weapons. Solus was so still, and his suit so large, that from within he appeared wholly unmuted. No trace of the man inside the layered ceremony was there.
Exloading mission data. Prepare armor cogitators for cant reception.